Everyone froze the moment he said it. Punch her hard in the jaw. Let's see if the soldier girl can still talk tough after that. The laughter that followed was sharp, echoing through the training yard like metal striking metal. Sunlight burned on the sand, catching the edges of boots, helmets, and eyes that pretended not to see what was about to happen. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Private Elena Ward stood in the middle of the circle, fists tight, heartbeat steady but loud enough she swore they could all hear it. She wasn't new to being underestimated. She'd been living with that sneer since the first day she joined the regiment. But this time was different. This time, they wanted blood. Corporal Hayes, 6'2", built like the wall behind her, cracked his neck and smirked. "You want to wear that uniform," he said. "You better prove you deserve it." The crowd circled closer. Boots scraped. Someone muttered, "She's gonna cry." Another said, "Nah, she'll run." But Elena didn't move. She remembered her father's words from years ago, the night before he left for his last mission. A soldier's worth isn't proven by noise, Lena. It's proven by how long she stands when the world turns against her. And so she stood. Hayes lunged forward, a blur of muscle and arrogance, but Elena ducked faster than anyone expected. Her elbow caught his side with surgical precision. Gasps broke the silence. He staggered, confused, more from shock than pain. She didn't hit again. She didn't need to. He swung once more, wild and angry, missing by inches. This time she stepped aside, grabbed his wrist, and locked it behind his back before he even knew what happened. Dust lifted around them as silence fell. Every man in the circle stared. "Still think I should be punched?" she asked softly. Her voice didn't tremble. No one answered. But the sergeant watching from the shade, a grizzled man with 20 years of scars and secrets, nodded slightly, his lips curving into a thin smile. He'd seen that stance before, that precision, that restraint. Later in the mess hall, whispers spread faster than the heat outside. "She's not just trained," someone said. "She's special ops, isn't she?" Others dismissed it. But when orders came in for a rescue drill the next day, they saw what real soldier meant. The sun was high when the alarm blared. Simulated hostages. Limited time. Rough terrain. Hayes was on her team. The same man who mocked her now struggled to keep pace. She moved with calm command, signaling silently, adapting like she'd done it 1,000 times. When the rope snapped on the ridge, Hayes slipped, and for one terrible second, his body dangled over the edge, boots scraping against stone. Panic flashed in his eyes. Elena didn't hesitate. She dropped her pack, lunged forward, and grabbed his arm. The strain tore at her shoulder, but she didn't let go. "Hold still," she yelled, anchoring herself with one leg wedged into the rocks. He looked up, disbelief mixing with shame. "Why are you helping me?" She met his gaze. "Because that's what soldiers do." Minutes later, the team pulled them both up. The moment her boots touched the ground, the entire camp erupted, not in laughter, but in cheers. Even Hayes stood there, silent, his pride shattered and rebuilt in the same breath. That night, he approached her by the fire. "I was wrong," he admitted quietly. "You don't just deserve that uniform, you define it." Elena smiled faintly. "We all earn it, just in different ways." The wind carried her words across the camp, brushing through tense and tired faces, leaving something heavier than dust: respect. Because real strength isn't in how hard you hit, it's in how steady you stand when others want you to fall. And under that blinding sun, where mockery turned to honor, Elena Ward proved that courage doesn't need permission. It just needs a moment to be seen. Because courage doesn't shout, it endures. And in the end, it wins. And sometimes, the brightest battles are fought under daylight, where truth has nowhere to hide. If this story moved you, leave a comment, share where you're watching from, and subscribe for more real heart-stirring stories of courage, kindness, and justice.